Welcome back everyone to the channel. It's about to get 1 p.m. London time. We're gonna start off another live session right now. I'm just going to quickly send a couple of messages here and there, of course, in our free Telegram channel first, and then we're gonna proceed. And we're gonna have a look at the charts, see what kind of trading opportunities we currently have, because the market is actually looking tasty. I'm not gonna lie, especially gold. I'm looking at gold right now, and looks like we may have the beginning of a new momentum pretty soon. But let's just wait for a few more people to join in, and then we're gonna start with the analysis here on the usual instruments. If you haven't joined the free Telegram channel, make sure to do so. There's going to be links in the description below this stream, or if you're not watching this live, then just below the video, check out the links and join the free Telegram. Definitely, this is where we send out daily updates on euro dollar. So if you are trading the majors, even if it's not euro dollar, then the free Telegram will definitely be of help to you, because whatever happens with EU, could translate into other instruments on the Forex market as well. All right, message sent. I'm gonna drop a quick message on Twitter as well. We've just got the 1 p.m. candle closing, or actually opening. The 12 p.m. candle just closed, the 1 hour time frame, and it looks like we've got a rejection of the lows down here. All right, so let's see how it goes in the next 1 hour. But it's very likely that we're going to see some bullish momentum coming into the market. And then we're actually going to start off with euro dollar and pound dollar. Then we're going to move on to gold. Whoever joins, make sure to drop a comment in the chat box. You know, Let me know if this is your first time watching one of those live sessions that we do on our channel. And by the way, I do those live sessions twice a week, every week, but I'm gonna be off. I'm gonna be traveling next week, so I might not be able to do any sessions next week. Uh, so make sure to subscribe to this channel to get notified every time we start a live session. And until now, I was only doing London sessions, but I did one US session last week, I believe, and it turned out to be, pretty engaging. So that's why I'm doing another US live session. And on Thursday, again, it's gonna be a US session. All right. So I can see we've got a few people joining in already. We're gonna start off with the analysis. Drop a comment in the chat box, guys. Let me know what kind of instruments you're trading, and do you currently have any trades on euro dollar, pound dollar, or maybe gold? I know most of you are most likely trading gold. At least the most of the people that contact us are asking about gold. And not many people know that we actually look at gold on a daily basis in the premium Telegram channel. So whatever kind of setups I'm looking at, I always share them in the premium Telegram channel. We don't send out signals and stuff like that because trust me, this is not going to improve your trading and it's not going to lead to long-term positive results. If you are new to trading, you probably don't believe that, but trust me, with some time, with some more experience, you will see what I'm talking about. So anyways, what do we got here? Let me just open up the economic calendar. I know we've got a very quiet week this week, so I'm really not expecting any major news. I think we only had I think tomorrow we've got FOMC. Is that correct? So that's right. Tomorrow we've got FOMC. But other than that, we didn't have any news until now. I mean Monday and Tuesday. And we're also not expecting any major news on Thursday and Friday. Let me just only pick the high impact news. So as you can see, it's literally just Wednesday FOMC. By the way, we did have some important news for the Aussie and the New Zealand dollar, I believe. So whoever is trading those, hopefully everything is well with your accounts and your trading is going well. But other than that, it's when it comes to US dollar related news, it's mainly just FOMC that we have tomorrow, and it's gonna be a late one, 7 p.m. London time. Okay, so always make sure to double check your time zone and that you're looking at the correct time, because otherwise, you're not going to be prepared for the news. So even if you're not trading the news, you may have open positions, or you may be looking to open a trade. And if you don't know when there are high impact news coming out, you're basically, well, not, yes, I don't know, you could call it gambling, I guess. But yes, so here is euro dollar. If you look at the 4-hour time frame, I've talked about price continuing higher for a long time. Okay, so as you can see, we are in a long-term uptrend. Each time I placed the Fibonacci expansion, I was expecting for price to continue towards the next target. And so we had another one right here, and as you can see, second target was completed pretty quickly. And this is because the market found momentum. So this is what happens when you are trading with the trend. If you're trading against the trend, you're going to be trading against that momentum. So this is the worst thing, that you enter a short trade and then price immediately takes you out, right? It's you know that you were completely off whatever happened in the market. Okay, so that's why we're focusing on trading with the trend. So that means right now we're only looking for buying opportunities. Okay, now on this last move, if I place the Fibonacci retracement tool, if you guys have been following my channel, you know very well that I love the Fibonacci. I use the Fibonacci expansion and the Fibonacci retracement on pretty much every single trade that I take. Okay, and by the way, I just did a video update on the accounts that we trade with the volatility expert advisor. All right, I do video updates on the results each month, showing you how much money we've made on those accounts for in a single month using the VEA. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out our website trendlineforex.com and click on the volatility trading button. I'm going to show you where that is in just a second, but I just did a video and I'm going to upload that video later today, so you can see what kind of results we got on 3 of our accounts, where we are actually trading exactly the same instruments: euro dollar, pound dollar, and gold. But anyways, I'm going to be looking for an upside continuation. Now, the best thing right here is that we already had a pullback To be honest, even if we continue slightly lower, this is only going to give us a better entry level. All right. So if let's say we break below this most recent low on the 1 hour time frame, right around 1.1690, if we break below that structure, it doesn't mean that I'm going to start looking for selling opportunities. This is where a lot of people get it wrong. Okay, so you're looking at those most recent lows and you say, all right, if price breaks below that, then I'm going to go short. Well, yes, but what is the overall trend? This is what you're not supposed to forget, right? This is what your trades should be based on: the overall trend, market direction. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, if you've been trading for a couple of weeks, that may not make sense, but I know for those of you who have more experience trading, you guys would agree with me, right? So, okay, 38.2 retest right here. We're still looking at the higher time frames. Now, if we drop down to a lower time frame, here is the 15-minute. Okay, because I'm only doing those live sessions for about 60 minutes each time, then that's why I pay attention to the lower time frames. But in my own trading, I would stick to the higher time frames. I know I have much higher probability trading a higher time frame. So yes, let's see how it goes. But if we are going to be looking for an entry right now, well, then I need to see whether we're going to be able to break below this structure, because if we don't, if we actually see a quick reversal, okay, a strong reversal in the opposite direction, then that means we have a low and now we have a higher low. Okay, so right here you have your most recent low, okay, and then you have a higher low. So if we see that quick reversal in the opposite direction, then that means we could potentially look for buying opportunities right here on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, but let's see how it goes. This is not an entry signal. I'm not telling you to enter a long trade right now. Like I said, we need to know whether the market is going to be reversing, and right now we don't see such a signal. In fact, we see that it's gathering momentum to the downside. Okay, so in about half an hour, around half one London time, we're most likely going to see a little bit more volume coming into the market. Okay, so prepare for that. What about pound dollar? Well, in the premium Telegram channel, what I talked about was that we may come back for a retest of, the previous lows. And back then we were trading up here because I released that video at like, what was it, like 6 a.m. London time? So that's several hours ago. Okay, now I'm only looking for buying opportunities here on pound dollar as well. Okay, I'm definitely bullish on all of those instruments. I'm talking about euro dollar, I'm talking about pound dollar, and I'm talking about gold. Okay, we're only going to be looking for buying opportunities. So what does that mean? Well, it looks like we were trading around the 38.2 level for some time. Okay, and now if we break below that, then I'm going to be expecting 61.8 next, which is basically 1.3530. So if we don't get the entry right here, then we're going to probably going down to 61.8, and this is where I'm going to be looking for a potential entry. Now, if I have to be honest, ideally, I would love to see a pullback, okay, on all of those instruments, not just on pound dollar. Why? Because I'm looking to buy. The lower the level is, the better the entry is, okay, because you're going to have a lower stop loss, tighter stop loss, and you're going to have higher profit potential. Even if you're only targeting the previous highs, this is still going to give you a positive risk to reward ratio. And if you are going to be using such a stop loss, you have to consider this an aggressive stop loss. Okay, so now what's the deal with the aggressive stop loss? It doesn't mean they're not correct, but it means it's a different strategy. Why? Well, we're looking at an uptrend, so we are expecting for price to continue higher. Now, what happens when you use a tight stop loss is sometimes the market doesn't give you a quick reversal like that. Okay, it's not as easy as that every time. What will happen in some occasions, price will test a certain level, it will start pushing up, it will then come back down, take out the low, and then give you another entry. Now, if you got taken out on the most recent dip, and then you get another confirmation, that means you have to re-enter that trade again. So like I said, an aggressive stop loss is not a wrong stop loss. I mean, it's a different strategy, because in cases where price gives you a quick reversal and you are using an aggressive stop loss, you're going to get out of your trade and take profit very, very quickly. And in most cases like this, you're going to have a very good risk to reward ratio, which is great, but not every time this works. Sometimes you will have to re-enter once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times. Okay, and you're gonna have to be prepared for that, which means you have to split your risk. If you usually enter with one lot and you use, let's say, a conservative stop loss, if you decide to use an aggressive stop loss, that means you're not gonna enter with a one full lot. You have to be more cautious, maybe half a lot. Okay, because why? Well, if you get taken out and you get another entry, now you bet another half a lot. Okay, so now your overall risk right here is one lot, as it is supposed to be when you're trading with a more conservative strategy. So anyways, that was a quick breakdown, but back to the charts, pound dollar. I want to see whether we're going to be able to reject current price levels, or if we close below those, then we're most likely going to be heading towards 1.3530. So we're currently trading around 1.3575, so that means another 45 pips drop. And if you drop down to even, let's say, just for example, the 5-minute time frame, now there are traders who would trade to the downside because they are expecting for price to reach 1.3530. Again, is this wrong? For me it is, but there are strategies like this that work. But this is a counter trend trade. Okay, so I always trust the trend. So that's why for me it's easy to look and to manage and to enter trades when they are aligned with the overall market direction. Because I know the biggest market players are also trading in the same direction. Now, if you want to go against them, I would always recommend to use a smaller target and maybe trade that on the lower time frames. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And then finally gold. So we've already got the reaction off of the levels that we had. Even from this rectangle right here, that was sitting here from last week when we did again analysis here on gold. Now, what's the deal with gold? Well, 4-hour time frame, obviously we're bullish, right? You will see the same thing on the daily time frame. So we've got a trend aligned on the higher time frames, which are the ones that give us the market direction. So that means now we need to drop down to a lower time frame and look for trading opportunities, right? Well, the thing is, we've got this low, and then it looks like we're now forming up a higher low. Okay, so as you can see, this is another confirmation that we're most likely going to continue higher. Now, ideally, I would love to see price forming another higher low, a third consecutive higher low, and it looks like this is exactly what's happening as we speak. Now, why do I have these zones right here? Well, this one is because we've reacted to this level before. So as you can see, exactly at that same level, which is roughly around 3,325, we've got a massive rejection. So I wanted to see when price comes down, is it going to give us the same reaction? Okay, not only that, but you will also see a second area, right? This one right here, okay, the gray box. Now this is the 38.2 level based on this last move right here, and this down here is the 61.8% level. These are the Fibonacci levels that I look for whenever I'm looking to enter a trade. So as you can see, we tested the 38.2, dropped slightly lower, couldn't actually test the 61.8 for now. And it looks like we are getting the reaction that we want to get right in the midpoint of those two levels. And not only that, but again, exactly where we have reacted before. So for me, this is a very strong level. And I wanted to see whether we're gonna get that reaction that we are getting now. Not only that, but then you drop down to a 15-minute time frame, and you have a nice candlestick pattern right here. Then you have the next bullish candle, which breaks above this minor structure. Okay, so ideally, if you don't struggle with patience, you could actually wait for price to break above this, and once it does, maybe then wait for a pullback and then look for another entry. Okay, ideally, even better, wait for price to break above this high right here, not this one. But anyways, these are again different strategies. I know some of you are more aggressive. You guys have a higher risk appetite. So a lot of people would prefer to enter a trade right here and maybe use an aggressive stop loss. In this case, that stop loss must be below the 61.8. So let's say down here, for example. Okay, a more conservative stop loss would be right here. But don't forget that we are currently looking at the 15-minute time frame. So when it comes to long-term moves, okay, that means you need to look at the 4-hour chart. And when we talk about the 4-hour chart, now the conservative stop loss is down here below the 3,247. An even more conservative stop loss will be below 3,120. Because really, where your stop loss is supposed to be is whatever the idea for the trend is not valid anymore. So while we are trending, we're looking for trades within the trend. But where does the trend ends? In this case, I would say by looking at the 4-hour time frame, this trend will potentially reverse if we break below 3,120. So really the most conservative stop loss in this case would be below 3,120, okay, anywhere down here. Now imagine this right here on the 4-hour chart, and then you drop down to a 15-minute chart, and we're only talking about a stop loss right here, okay. Where is the conservative stop loss? All the way down here. So that's why I'm saying whenever you're going to be using aggressive stops, you have to be ready to re-enter that trade again, because basically price can do something like this, and then continue higher. And then you're looking at this on the 15-minute time frame, okay, and on the 4-hour chart this would look like just a bottom, not that much of a price action. So imagine you enter a trade here, you get stopped out, you then enter a trade here, you get stopped out, you enter a trade here, and now this time it works. So that's why I'm saying you will have to make more entries if you are going to be using aggressive stops in your trading. 15-minute time frame is looking good with this rejection right here. I do like current price levels for gold. I'm not saying enter a trade, but it definitely looks tasty, like I said in the beginning of the session. Also 30-minute time frame, strong rejection right here, but let's see how it goes. What else? Now there are more trading opportunities. These are, what we talk about during those live sessions is mainly euro, dollar, pound, dollar, and gold. As you guys probably already know if you have watched some of the previous live sessions. But we also have other opportunities right now as we speak. Maybe the yen cross pairs, right? Have a look at them as well. What else? We also look at dollar yen, euro Aussie, euro pound, gold. For those of you who are trading crypto through leverage, basically more active on the lower time frames, Bitcoin is also looking pretty good. All of those setups were mentioned in the premium Telegram channel earlier today. Yo, anybody who's watching, drop a comment in the chat box, guys. Let me know what trades you're currently looking at. Do you have any open trades? Uh, you know, how has trading been in the past month? Let's make it a bit more engaging, yeah? Even though it looks like the 1 hour time frame is currently rejecting those higher levels, this is still nothing because it's only been 25 minutes since the open of this hourly candle. So we can easily see price again rejecting the lows right here, or maybe coming down a little bit lower, but then rejecting the 61.8. So, even if we get a setup like this is still going to be a valid setup. You would have a low, then a lower low, and then price eventually breaking above this structure. And if that happens, this is on the 15-minute chart. You will have a look at the 1 hour time frame and you will see this. Okay, and so this whole price action looks like this on the 4 hour or the 1 hour time frame, depending on what period you're looking at. So I would definitely say lower time frames are for more experienced traders. You let me know if you agree. Even though, by the way, more beginners I feel like are trading the lower time frames because you don't need that much patience. You can enter a trade and this trade can hit stop loss or take profit in a few minutes or in an hour, right? Whereas when you are trading higher time frames, 1 hour, 4 hour charts, you may have to wait for a certain trade for a few days, right? I trade mostly indices. I scalp during the London session, but in the last 2 weeks, I don't even have time for coffee in the morning. Yes, this is something else with scalping. It takes a lot more time, okay? It's active trading, so it takes a lot more time. And not everybody out there has enough time to look at the charts constantly. So, which index is performing best in your trading plan? Yep, Nasdaq and DAX. Good question, Mikhail. Now, Plummet is probably going to say FTMO or something like this. Why is DAX not available on? No, I'm sure it is on MetaTrader or TradingView. Probably depends on the broker, right? It is everywhere, right? Do we have a moderator? I didn't even know that. I thought if I want to have a moderator, I need to assign someone. What, me? Oh, my name is Ivo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I thought the same. Yeah, I thought the same thing. I'm the moderator by default, I guess. It's my YouTube channel, isn't it? Do you pay attention to indicators that show divergence and possible reversals? Um, I used to when I first started trading, and I recently spoke with someone. I checked out their chart. You know, someone with not that much of experience. They use the RSI. They use you know other types of indicators, MACD, stuff like that. I think after some time in trading, you tend to, you know, you will know where those reversals happen. So if let's say you're looking for a crossover on RSI or moving averages, whatever, even if you don't have the indicator displayed on your chart, you will still know when the signal occurs. Just because, you know, with more time on the chart, that's what happens. So I currently do not use any indicators, not a single indicator really, just pure price action. With, you know, when you know how price action moves and you know what is the overall market direction, all you need is just some key levels, and I find key levels by using the Fibonacci, just like in this case, the 61.8, as you can see right here, it perfectly aligns with this previous structure. So we've got a test right here, we've got a test right here. I know the overall trend is to the upside. So as soon as I saw that we're pushing down, so basically we form a pullback, I wanted to see how price is going to react at the 38.2. And after we saw this breakout right here, I was like, all right, then we're probably approaching 61.8 next, and this is where I'm going to be looking for that reversal. And then uh, and then we've got this rejection at the 61.8 once. We tapped into the 61.8 second time, and I was like, okay, it's probably time for the market to go back to the upside, and you basically pull the trigger if that's your strategy. So I currently do not use any indicators. Reverse right there, that's correct. Now I feel like we may see a strong rejection wick here on the 4 hour time frame by the time this 4 hour chart 4 hour candle closes. I want to see if that's going to happen. Now it really depends on the broker where their servers are, because we get the 4 hour candle. um, this is Think Markets. These are one of our partners. So basically we get in about 25 minutes this 4 hour candle will close. Now, are we going to see enough of momentum to the upside for this 4 hour candle to close as a one of those candles? You know, it could be enough time. It's half one London time currently, so we may see some momentum coming in. I do like what we see so far. I would love to see some strong momentum here on the 15-minute time frame, and this may be the signal that we're most likely going to reverse. All right, but even if we take out the lows, then we've got the 61.8, 1.3530. This is where we may see that reversal as well. So yeah, I do like pound dollar. This is probably the instrument that I trade the most. It's mainly pound dollar, you know, and gold, I would say. But you know, here is the 1 hour time frame. So this is exactly what I talked about earlier. As soon as that 1 hour candle closed, we had some momentum. Then price started reversing. Okay, and like I said, it was only about 25 minutes since the 1 hour candle opened. So as you can see, we're now back trading at exactly the same levels that we were at. So if you look at that on the 15-minute time frame, even the 5-minute chart, it looks like we're now having a break and retest here on the 5-minute chart. So, you know, I'm expecting for price to gain even more momentum to the upside. You know, so far we have very clean price action here on gold, pretty much on all of the instruments, especially the yen cross pairs, man. I mean, looking pretty good, I'm not gonna lie, but do I want to enter a long trade right at the peak of price? I don't think so, because I just don't know. I mean, I know where to place my stop loss, but I know how risky it is, because you can place your stop loss right here. Even if you place your stop loss down below this previous low, even if price takes us out and it then gives us that reversal, it's still a valid long setup. So basically, I lost the position for no reason. This is why I'm not happy with entering whatever price is, even though you kind of know what's going to happen, because I think we're going to see that continuation. But I just cannot enter a trade. For me, it doesn't make a lot of sense to enter a long trade at the highest point in price. All right, so let's see what's going to happen with euro dollar right here. 61.8 tested. So far, we've got a rejection. Okay, 1.1716. I mean, pound yen is looking very good. I've explained my kind of setups that I'm looking for in previous live sessions, but basically these are my favorite ones. We've got a breakout, okay, then we've got a pullback. Price comes back to the most recent highs, doesn't manage to break above those, comes back and it takes out the most recent low, okay, and then it finds more momentum to the upside to eventually continue this move and again break above previous highs. These are my favorite setups. So pound yen is actually looking very good right now, but I'm not going to take a trade on this one. Euro yen doesn't look as good, I'm not going to lie. It's mainly pound yen. Misha, do you use any indicators? I've got the same question for you now. And if yes, then what kind of indicators do you use? I used to trade with the help of moving averages for some time, but that was maybe 3 years ago, I think. MACD and RSI, yeah. So on the MACD, do you look for divergence or what do you use it for? Okay. Yeah, it makes it a little bit easier when it comes to taking an entry, because you've got a confirmation, a visual confirmation that you can actually take an entry. So I guess it makes it a little bit easier to trade using indicators. But it's still an indicator. It indicates best to be confirmed by price action. Yeah. And whenever you get the entry signal from an indicator, it's usually, those indicators are lagging indicators. So you get the entry, but the entry has already happened, so to speak. Uh, but using them in the beginning, it's fine, I think. You see, right now we've got bearish price action here on the majors, but then you look at euro yen and pound yen, and you don't see that. In fact, price keeps pushing up. So sometimes, even if you have trading setups on euro dollar and pound dollar, if you don't get the entry, you can check out the yen cross pairs, and you may have some better opportunities there. I think we need to wait for price action to develop a little bit more, and then maybe next week we're gonna have some. It's actually only Tuesday, so even this week we may have some good movement here on the yen cross pairs, which means we may potentially get an entry right here. I mean, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but I'm not rushing. Especially with the VEA right now, it's a lot easier. I don't really have that much pressure on my manual trading because the EA is running on separate accounts. So if I get the entry, I mean that allows me to only take really the best setups when it comes to manual entries. All right, candles like this are not the best signal whenever you want to go long. So I'm just saying, as a heads up, if anyone is looking to go long from the 61.8. Now in this case, even if I want to take a long trade, I would definitely need to wait for price to close above this rejection candle, because if it closes, basically this signal in the opposite direction is not going to be valid anymore. But we need to close above that rejection wick. Otherwise, I wouldn't take an entry. And that's the thing with manual trading right now. If let's say I'm only trading manual, I have to and if I've got to do something else outside of trading, I can't really do it because I want to observe price action and see if I get my signal right. But you get a lot of flexibility using an AI that automatically enters positions based on your strategy. It makes it so much less stressful and so much easier. Money requires full attention, that's right. Even if you're trading the higher time frames, you get more freedom, but still. And then if you are trading the lower time frames, if you're a scalper, for example, 1 5 minutes, then you really need to trade during the same times each day, because it wouldn't work like if you only, let's say today you've only got 1 hour in the morning, and then you sit down on your computer and then you start looking for setups on the 1 minute time frame, but then 2 days later you only get like 1 hour in the evening, and then you try and do the same thing. You're not going to have consistent results. You don't have a consistent approach to trading, to the markets. That means you're not going to have consistent results. And of course, I'm talking about long term. I don't want now someone that has been trading for a month and have made some profits by luck, doing exactly that, telling me that, oh, this is not true, I'm doing well. You're doing well in the short term. All right, try and do that for a year. Try and do it for half a year. See how it goes. All right, so far we actually see a bearish continuation. Now, if let's say we get a nice rejection right here, we take a buy entry. Where do we place our targets? Now, easiest way to do it is looking at previous structure. Okay, so for gold, that means what? 3,360, basically this previous high. Not only that, but you can also use, Fibonacci expansion. If you're feeling generous, then you can do this expansion right here. Okay, so that means first target just above this high, 3,369. Second target in this case would be 3,414. Now, if you're looking for, even shorter term targets, you're going to be looking at this fib expansion right here on the most recent move. Okay, which in this case is this one right here. So that means first target 61.8, that's 3,350. Second target, the 100%, which is basically the same move from point A to point B, from point C to point D. This is basically exactly the same move, 100% of this move, that's 3,369. Again, just above previous highs. Now, in this case, I think that would be a very nice setup. If, let's say, you decide to go for an aggressive stop loss, you've got that much of a stop loss and you've got about that much of a target. So roughly, $15 of a stop loss for about 40, just over $40 as a potential profit. So I would say fairly decent risk to reward ratio, to be honest. About 10 minutes left until the, well, less than 10 minutes until the 1 hour candle close, but it's not looking bullish yet. Okay, so no rush, but instead of that, wait. I mean, gold is looking fine. It's just that, that we can easily take out this low once again and then continue to the upside. So, in this, in situations like this, you really must have an entry criteria and, a rule in your strategy as to what do you do if, let's say, price gives you the entry signal but it doesn't gain momentum in your direction. Do you close that trade? Okay, do you reduce the risk? Do you add more to your trade? What do you do in this case, right? This must be a rule in your trading plan. Now I'm looking at gold and it looks like we're struggling to, uh, push higher, but it's only the beginning of the US session, so there's still enough time, plenty of time actually, for price to start gaining some momentum. So I'm probably gonna end the session soon in about 3, 4, 5 minutes. But for those of you who are trading and looking for trades at current price levels, you have to keep looking at the chart. Obviously, you can set up some alarms and some alerts on your platform, whether it's TradingView or MetaTrader. You can do it here on TradingView as well. So for example, you're looking at the 1 hour chart on euro dollar. and you say, okay, if we break above this 1 hour candle, I want to be notified. So you will click on that plus button right here, add alert on euro dollar at 1 point, what is it, 1725, and you will get the notification. But of course, your platform should be and must be switched on for the alert to actually work. Okay, if I see a nice engulfing, bullish engulfing candle right here, this is going to be a really good signal. I'm not going to lie. Right now, it's looking kind of all right. Same thing on pound dollar. Okay, when it comes to rejections, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for long rejection wicks. Okay, but that's only the 15-minute time frame, so I don't really put that much weight on it. Yeah, setups on the lower time frames on pound yen are looking so good. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but I'm not in the mood. Now, if I'm trading the 1 or the 5 minute time frame, I'm probably doing a challenge for a fun account, nothing else. On my personal account, I would never enter a trade on the 1 or the 5 minute time frame. Used to do that when I was lacking experience, but right now I know it doesn't make any sense at all. Right, a nice pin bar here on euro dollar on the 1 hour chart. I do like what I see on pound dollar as well. So let's see, I'm expecting to have a little bit more movement, in the market soon. So anyways, I think I'm gonna end this session right now, guys. If you want to learn more about the volatility expert advisor, okay, make sure to check out our website trendlineforex.com. I'm gonna pull it up on the screen right now. So you click on trendlineforex.com, then go to volatility trading. This is the landing page where you can find out everything about the expert advisor, how it's going to help you. You can see some results, some actually verified results by my FX book, okay? And whatever kind of questions you have, you can always chat with us, send us an email, give us a call if you want, whatever. And we've also got a completely free course on the volatility expert advisor right here. All you got to do is just sign up on our website, and then you will get access to this course and a few more courses actually, also how the forex brokers work, a completely free beginners course as well. And yes, a lot of valuable information. And also don't forget to join the free Telegram channel. So I'm gonna end the session right here. Don't forget, we've got another one on Thursday, so everybody's welcome to join on Thursday as well. I'm gonna send a link again in the free Telegram channel for those of you who have not joined. Make sure to do so. Check out all the links in the description below this video, and take care, everyone. I'll see you in the next video.